welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to be looking at a beautiful palette from Hourglass, and this is my very first time trying their palettes, and I'm so glad that I didn't give in to all the pretty packaging and all the swatches and all the pretty pictures and get their palettes before, because this is the first time they've come out with a darker palette, and this is called Lighting Edit, Ambient Lighting Edit Universe Unlocked. So Universe Unlocked is the darker version, I believe. Just like Universe, there's a Universe and then Universe Unlocked. Universe Unlocked is the darker version, Universe is a lighter version. It took a while for Universe Unlocked to get to Sephora, so yeah, but right now it's available on Ulta's website, Sephora, and also on Hourglass's website itself. So this retails for $80. They haven't changed the face palette prices in what, like 5 years, I think. So yeah, and this is $80 and made in Italy, and it's, I think the brand itself is vegan, so they kind of rebranded their entire company and they're vegan. They have like this bunny symbol in their H. And let me quickly tell you how much you get. So there are 5 pans. So one is a rectangular pan, the biggest one. This contains 4 grams of product, so that is the finishing powder. So that's the ambient lighting powder, so that you get 4 grams. And then the rest of the square pans, you get, I believe, 1.4 grams of product. So you get, the smaller ones are 1.4 grams of product, and the rectangular one is 4 grams of product. So I do have the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in the exact same shade, Radiant Light. So Radiant Light is their darkest shade in their ambient lighting powder. So this is Radiant Light. So we're definitely gonna compare the full size version to the palette version. Definitely stick around for that. So I right now have the entire palette on my face, so there's also a demo section, so you all stay around for that. So demo, and then we're going to be doing swatches right now. So swatches, demo, and comparison coming up. So before we get started on the swatches, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. A lot of hard work goes behind creating content, so do not forget to give this video a thumbs up, and also subscribe if you haven't already. So my jaw dropped and I like gasped when I saw this packaging, maybe because it's the first time I'm looking at it in person. This is so pretty. Oh my gosh, so pretty. It's like beautiful marble, and then there's also like gold, like lightning kind of a thing going on randomly. So stunning, guys. I love the packaging. I know it looks very compact, and their palettes are like marketed as like compact, travel friendly, but the weight is not exactly travel friendly. It's pretty heavy. I think it's metal, and it is magnetic. So the palette is magnetic. I'm so excited about that. Magnetic palettes always get me excited. And this top part itself is so heavy. It comes with a full size, I don't know, the same size as the palette. The mirror is a good decent size. And yeah, inside you have the palette, and these are the colors you get. So let's quickly get into the swatches, so then we can head over to the demo and then the comparison. So I quickly want to swatch the Radiant Light. Oh, by the way, it also, like, if you are a little bit not sure how to use this palette, it also comes with this little instruction, like a card. It tells you, it's like number coded, and tells you where to apply which powder. So just FYI. So let's quickly go ahead and swatch the Radiant Lighting powder, the Radiant Light. So that is Radiant Light. I know it's like, this is the darkest powder they offer, but it is, personally, I didn't feel that it's leaves an ashy cast or anything. It is a finishing powder, not a setting powder. It hardly has any coverage. It just leaves behind like a healthy looking skin. I'm not even going to say it leaves behind a glow. I don't know, it just like gives like a healthy coverage for the skin. Coverage as in not like not like actual coverage like a foundation coverage. It just like covers your skin and just makes it look healthy, to be honest. Very, very pretty. It just kind of melts everything, all the makeup that you have on your face. It just kind of like brings it all together, kind of mixes it in a like a very flattering way, not like in a very muddy way. It kind of like mixes together. It looks flattering. It's a beautiful, beautiful powder. And then let's swatch the berry, the darker blush color. It is very pigmented. It's also pretty dark, very pigmented. You just need the tiniest amount and just sweep it across your cheeks and gives you the beautiful, beautiful glow. So that is the lighter pink. Okay, quick observation. When I was playing around with this palette and just like using it and having fun with it, if you blend this really well, you would get this effect as this lighter pink. And when you build up this pink, kind of ending looks like this. So they are kind of very, very similar. Yes, one is very intense and one is subtle. So I'm just saying they're kind of the same color family. Both are kind of on the pinkier side. I wish it was a little different, maybe a different shade of pink, shade of blush, I'm sorry, but they are both very, very pink toned. Something to note. And then the bronzer, honestly, I'm not very well versed with bronzers and the right tones and which is the perfect tone for me and whatnot, but I don't know, it's not a very dark color. I kept like building up, and even when I was trying out before the palette, it didn't really make a big difference on my skin. It just like, it looked good, but not like a big distinct difference or anything. So yeah, I personally feel the bronzer is a little bit lighter for my skin tone. If you really like use a different brush, like pack this product on the skin, maybe it'll kind of give you like a flesh toned blush effect, but not a lot of like dimension or anything. No. Then finally we have the highlighter. This is like a standard dark gold. It's not very, very dark. It's like a medium dark gold. So I don't think it's gonna look like dark, like too ashy on dark skin, deep dark skin, rich skin tones. It's gonna flatter all you know, darker skin tones, all of them. So those are the swatches. So yeah, let's get into the demonstration, and then we'll compare the full size Radiant Light, and we'll compare the Radiant Light powder from the palettes. Put these powders on my face. So I'm just gonna start off with the bronzer. I'm gonna pick up like a kind of some kind of a face brush and gonna go in. We got some product, just gonna apply it right here and see if there's any change. I honestly don't see much. I don't see the product on the skin. I don't see it much, but I guess now I can see it a little bit down here. So it's not a very dark color. Yeah, I think you can really build it up and bring that like natural warmth to your face, but it's not a very dark color or anything. So let's move on. I got my blush brush, so we'll do one blush on each side because there are two, so that's very convenient. I'm picking up the darkest, the berry shade, the dark one. Yeah, that was pretty pigmented. It was just like one swipe, right? So let's clean the brush, and I'm gonna take the pink. Let's take the pink. Pink is definitely softer, so that is the pink and that is the berry. So they are basically the same color family if you ask me, but you get the same effect without over blending it when you use this color. This is more like emphatic pink, This is more like a subtle pink. So, but basically they are in the same color family, so you kind of get a similar look. So that's the blush. So I'm gonna change brushes, and this is a highlighter brush, and I'm gonna go in and get the highlighter. So it's pretty finely milled, as you can see. It's not intense. Oh my gosh, this is not the right time to have so many pimples. Because I've been having so many pimples, I've kind of stayed away from powder highlighters, because look at that. It's kind of made it like 10 times bigger. Yes, this doesn't have chunky glitter or anything like that, but still a bump that size, that's a big pimple, so that's gonna kind of make it look bigger. So that is it. So those are the powders. So I'm gonna take a big brush and dip into the radiant light, and we're gonna see what that looks like, because this is what I usually do after putting everything on. That's when I use the finishing powder. So I'm not gonna avoid any areas of my face. I'm just gonna sweep it all over the face. So even after sweeping it, you can see all the blush and the highlighter is still there, but everything is kind of like blended in with the finishing powder. So that is that shade. So yeah, I don't have any kind of Hourglass powders. The only one I have is the finishing powder, the ambient lighting powder in the shade Radiant Light. So I thought, let's just compare that with the Radiant Light from here. So that's the only powder I have. So that's the only swatch comparison we're going to do. So this is the full size, and this is the shade, and let's swatch that. So that is Radiant Light. You can tell there are not, it's like incredibly finely milled, and there is no visible glitter at all. Let me quickly swatch. Sorry about the chip nail polish. So terrible. My nails are bad. Look at that. And maybe I'll just like blend it. Let me show you what that looks like. So that's what it looks like. So this is the darkest shade that Hourglass has in their lineup. So that is Radiant Light. So let me quickly swatch this guy. I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw it, I saw some glitters, but now I don't see the glitter. Maybe it was just like sparkled all over to kind of like look nice and like, I don't know, festive. But now I don't see any glitter. Maybe it was just like, it didn't look like an overspray, to be honest. It wasn't like sprayed over or anything, but I don't know, I kind of do see a glitter, extra glitter specks in this powder. So I don't know, I do feel there are like visible glitter. Okay, small shimmers, not big chunky glitters, but I am able to see some. Oh wait, you see that? There was absolutely nothing here. Look at that. But there's kind of shimmers here and there sprinkled. So that's something I noticed like right off the bat when I opened the palette. That's something that I noticed. So look at that, just like glitters and sparkles here and there. So 100% is that this is the same shade, but is it like exact same? No, because the original one, the full size, is completely shimmer free. Like it does have like kind of like incredibly finely milled shimmers, I guess, but you don't see it at all in the skin. It kind of like pulls the look together. It kind of like gives that airbrushed like skin. This one also gives an airbrush skin. I'm not saying it doesn't, but there are some visible glitter. I am able to see some glitter. Hang on, something that. So I am able to see those glitters. So that's like a big difference between the full size and the holiday. That's something that I really wanted to point out. So yeah, hope this video was a little helpful for you guys, help you decide whether you want to get the palette or not. For one, I'm very happy. There's so many worries. So happy that they decided to come out with like a darker version with darker colors, flattering darker skin tones. So I like the palette. Yes, the finishing powder is not like exactly the same, but still I think it does its job. And the bronzer is a little light for me, but I don't know. I don't know how much I'm gonna use the bronzer, to be honest, because it's pretty light. Even as like a blush, I probably will have to like dig in, use like a very dense packed brush to use it as a blush. But I think I can use the bronzer itself as a blush, because yeah. And yeah, overall the palette is beautiful. I definitely recommend it, especially if you don't have any of the products in your collection. Absolutely recommend it. So give this video a thumbs up if you liked watching it, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye bye.